I want you to do something right now. Look outside your window. Go on. Actually, look. See that light out there? That warm golden light hitting every surface. Every tree, every building, every face. That light left the sun exactly 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. 8 minutes. That is how long it takes sunlight to travel 150 million kilometers and reach your eyes. Now here is the question that is going to completely change how you see that light forever. What if the sun disappeared right now? Not exploded, not dimmed, not slowly faded, just gone. Vanished instantly. Without warning, you would not even know for 8 minutes. For 8 whole minutes, you would go about your day completely normally. Making coffee, checking your phone, talking to someone you love, completely unaware that the thing keeping every single living creature on this planet alive had already ceased to exist. And then, 8 minutes later, the lights go out. And what happens in the hours and days and weeks after that is so much darker, so much stranger, and so much more surprising than anything you would expect. Stay with me, because this story does not end the way you think it does. Welcome to the IFs, where we explore the questions that sound simple but hide something extraordinary underneath. Hit subscribe if you are new here, because this one will genuinely change how you see the world. All right, the sun is gone. The clock starts now. The sun disappears right now, this exact second. And you have absolutely no idea. Nobody does. Because light travels at 300,000 kilometers per second, and the sun is 150 million kilometers away. That means the last light the sun ever sent toward Earth is already racing toward us. 8 minutes of orphaned sunlight, traveling through space with nowhere left to come from. And during those 8 minutes, everything is completely normal. Children are playing outside. Farmers are working their fields. Beaches are full of people soaking up rays of light that no longer have a source, somewhere. A photographer is capturing a perfect golden hour, sunset. They do not know it is the last one in human history. Birds are singing. Flowers are open. Solar panels are generating electricity. The entire planet humming along on the last 8 minutes of sunlight it will ever receive. And then, at exactly 8 minutes and 20 seconds after the sun vanishes, the sky goes dark, not like night. Not gradually like sunset, instantly, completely, absolutely, like someone turned off the universe. And this is where things start going wrong much faster than anyone expects. It is dark, not the comfortable darkness of your bedroom at night, not the familiar darkness of a power cut where moonlight still creeps through the curtains. This is absolute darkness, the kind humans have not experienced since before fire was discovered. And the first thing that happens is not physical. It is psychological. The human brain is hardwired to associate sudden total darkness with mortal danger. Within seconds of the sky going dark, billions of people experience simultaneous blind panic. Every phone network on Earth crashes within minutes. Every emergency service is overwhelmed instantly. But here is the first wow moment that almost nobody talks about: plants. Every single plant on Earth begins dying within the first hour. Not slowly, not gradually. The moment sunlight stops, photosynthesis stops. And without photosynthesis, plants begin consuming oxygen instead of producing it. Every tree, every blade of grass, every crop field on Earth, switching from life support to life drain. Within 60 minutes of the sun disappearing, and while that is happening quietly in every garden and forest on the planet, something far more dramatic is happening in the sky above. Solar-powered satellites begin losing power. GPS systems start failing. Aircraft navigation systems begin giving incorrect readings. Within 1 hour of the sun disappearing, the technological infrastructure holding modern civilization together starts showing its first cracks, and the temperature still has not dropped yet. That is coming, and it is going to be unlike anything in human history. By hour 6, something strange happens. The temperature starts dropping, not catastrophically. Not yet, but noticeably, undeniably, like a cold hand slowly tightening its grip. Now here is the wow moment that stopped me completely when I was researching. The first places to become uninhabitable are not the ones you would expect. You might think Antarctica or Siberia would suffer first. Wrong. The tropics die first, the Amazon rainforest, the Sahara Desert, the tropical islands of the Pacific. All the places on Earth that receive the most direct sunlight are the least insulated. They have spent millions of years relying on constant solar heat. Without it, they lose temperature faster than anywhere else on Earth. Within 24 hours, the Amazon rainforest, the most biodiverse place on Earth, home to 10% of all species on the planet, begins experiencing temperatures that kill most of its plant life. 10% of all species on Earth, dying within the first day. And simultaneously, something else happens that most people never consider. The oceans begin doing something extraordinary. For billions of years, the oceans have absorbed sunlight and stored it as thermal energy. They are the planet's largest heat battery. And without the sun recharging them, they begin slowly releasing that stored heat. For a while, a brief precious while, the oceans keep coastal areas relatively warm. Humanity begins moving toward coastlines instinctively. Billions of people migrating toward the last pockets of warmth on a rapidly cooling planet. But the ocean heat will not last forever. And what happens when it runs out is genuinely terrifying. 1 week without the sun, and Earth is becoming something alien. Average surface temperatures have dropped by 17 degrees Celsius globally. But that average hides something far more dramatic. Inland areas away from the ocean are already experiencing temperatures of minus 30 degrees Celsius or lower. The Mississippi River has ice forming on its surface. The Thames in London is partially frozen. The Nile in Egypt, a river that has flowed continuously for millions of years, is showing ice at its edges for the first time in recorded history. But here is the wow moment that genuinely shocked me. The sky is doing something nobody predicted. Without solar energy driving atmospheric circulation, the great wind systems that have moved weather around the planet for billions of years are beginning to die. The trade winds that shaped human history, gone. The jet streams that guide storms across continents, failing. The entire planetary weather system, the engine of Earth's climate, running out of fuel. A stillness, a cold, heavy, absolute stillness in the air. Snow falls, and unlike normal snow that melts and cycles back into the system, this snow stays. Every snowflake that falls in week 1 of a world without the sun will still be there 1,000 years later. The planet is building its burial shroud, one snowflake at a time. 1 month without the sun, and something extraordinary is happening to our planet, something that has happened before, something that science has a name for. The surface temperature has dropped below minus 40 degrees Celsius almost everywhere outside of coastal areas. The oceans, those last great heat reserves, are losing their battle against the cold. Ice sheets are forming, not at the poles, everywhere. The Mediterranean Sea is freezing. The Caribbean is freezing. The Indian Ocean is developing ice at its surface. Earth is becoming a snowball, and here is the part that will genuinely shake. You scientists have discovered evidence that Earth has been a complete snowball before. Roughly 700 million years ago, our entire planet was encased in ice from pole to pole. The oceans frozen miles deep. The surface a barren white desert stretching from horizon to horizon. And yet, life survived. Not the life we know today, but life, microscopic, stubborn, impossibly resilient life clinging to hydrothermal vents at the bottom of frozen oceans, feeding on chemical energy from the Earth itself rather than the sun, waiting for millions of years in absolute frozen darkness. And here is where this story takes its most unexpected turn. Most people assume that without the sun, everything dies except. That assumption is completely wrong, and the reason it is wrong is one of the most extraordinary scientific discoveries of the last century. Deep in the ocean trenches right now, miles below the surface, in total darkness, under crushing pressure, near boiling temperatures, there are entire ecosystems that have never seen a single photon of sunlight, tube worms 6 feet long. ghost white crabs, bioluminescent creatures that generate their own light in the permanent darkness, an entire parallel biosphere, running on geothermal energy, completely independent of the sun, and without the sun, these ecosystems would continue completely undisturbed, completely unaware that the star, 150 million kilometers above them, had disappeared. But what about humans? Here is where it gets surprisingly hopeful and surprisingly dark at the same time. Underground environments near geothermal hotspots like Iceland, Yellowstone, and Japan maintain habitable temperatures indefinitely. Nuclear power plants do not need sunlight, neither do geothermal power stations. Small, organized communities near these energy sources could maintain warmth, artificial light, even hydroponic food production. Underground, it would not be comfortable. It would be cold, dark, psychologically brutal. Most people would not survive long term, but some would. Not because of technology, because of something far older than technology, the stubborn refusal of humans to accept that the story is over. Now let us zoom all the way out, because something extraordinary happens to our solar system when the sun disappears. Right now, every planet in our solar system orbits the sun because of its gravitational pull. The moment the sun vanishes, that gravitational anchor disappears instantly, and Earth does something it has never done in 4.5 billion years. It stops orbiting. Earth does not immediately fly off in a random direction. It continues moving in a straight line, the direction it was already traveling at the moment the sun disappeared, at roughly 30 kilometers per second, into the darkness of deep space, a frozen snowball of a planet, drifting silently through the galaxy, with a tiny flickering remnant of human civilization surviving in its core, the most alone object in the observable universe. And here is the thought that I genuinely cannot shake after researching this. Somewhere out there in the galaxy right now, there are almost certainly planets that have already experienced exactly this. Planets that once orbited a star that disappeared or died, frozen worlds drifting through space. And perhaps, just perhaps, with something still alive in the dark. So, what if the sun disappeared tomorrow? For 8 minutes you would not know. 8 minutes of borrowed light, borrowed warmth, borrowed time, then darkness, then the Amazon dying within 24 hours, then the rivers of the world beginning to freeze, then the winds dying, the oceans icing over, Earth becoming a snowball, then our planet breaking free of its orbit and drifting silently into deep space, a frozen wandering world with something impossibly small and impossibly stubborn still alive in its core, waiting. And here is what this thought experiment actually reveals right now, at this exact moment. As you watch this, the sunlight touching, your face began its journey 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. It traveled 150 million kilometers through the vacuum of space, survived the journey without losing a single photon of energy, and arrived at your skin at precisely the right moment. Tomorrow morning, when you step outside and feel that warmth on your face, you will probably never look at that light the same way again. And honestly, you should not. If this genuinely moved you, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the IFs for a brand new mind-bending video every single week. Drop your own what if in the comments below. We read every single one. See you in the next one.